What's up, guys? Straight from the chest. My name is Justin Groth, and guys, I want to welcome you to another episode, my personal development podcast. Guys, I gear this towards igniting the dormant passion that lies within you. That's my premise behind this podcast. If that's something you feel like you can take away from, please keep listening. For those of my veteran listeners, I want to thank you for your time. I know I say it often, but it's something that you'll never get back. So I'm very indebted to that. And I just appreciate you a lot, guys. Thank you for tuning in again. Honestly, the gyms are opening up and I'm excited. And I can't wait to train in a regular gym on Monday. My gym's not open up till Monday. Some of yours opened up, I think, on Friday, right? But mine's not open up till Monday. And I'm excited, though. If you guys are excited about training and tell me what you're gonna train that day. Comment below. Just kidding. Don't do that. Please don't do that. I don't care what you're training. Doesn't really matter. I'm just excited to go back to the gym. I'm just excited to get my workout on in an environment where other people exist. That's been something that I've been lacking, and I just like that. I just like the energy involved in that. Man, the other day I was, and this is going to tie in with what I want to talk to you guys about. The other day I was listening somewhere, I don't know what it was, I can't remember, but somebody had talked about how, Easter had passed. And I'm like, I legitimately caught myself thinking, wait, Easter passed? Because I don't even remember Easter even being anything, because it wasn't, because that was in the start of the quarantine and all that, and I just remember, man, that sucks. That could be the same thing for Christmas, and that would be horrible, but I hope it's not. But again, it's I just don't remember anything on Easter, and I think back to it now. I remember, okay, I did some stuff with my parents, but it was so minuscule. It wasn't the normal traditional Easter that we usually have, which is going to my aunt's and doing an Easter egg hunt for the kids and all that. And even the adults sometimes chime in on the Easter egg hunts. And so that got me thinking about the Easter egg hunt. And my aunt has this big patch of green grass, and so she'd hide eggs all around, and all the kids would scatter with their little buckets and go find eggs and all that, the golden egg and all that. And I just got to thinking, I always was there's a point where I was nah, I'm not going to do that anymore, because I felt like I was too old, I was too big. I was nah. And I remember just doing it anyways, just because I wanted to be a part of the tradition. And then now we all do it, kind of thing. And it's just fun for everybody. But I remember back in, I don't know, probably 5, 6, 7 years ago, where, you get a little, I was getting too big for my britches when I was 17, but after you get past that, you start going in again, you just start doing, you just have fun with the tradition. And it got me thinking, and this is just got me thinking about how the people that, okay, so basically I thought to myself, this is typical of real life, your Easter egg hunt, the typical Easter egg hunt. And you may not understand that yet, but keep listening. The reason why I reference Easter egg hunt is because each of us, some of us have multiple, but each of us have a hidden treasure, a hidden Easter egg treasure. And it's when you're trying to, I know it sounds so stupid and cliche, and if that's you, if you're too good for that, then get off my channel. But at the same time, if you care about the premise behind the reference, then you're going to want to keep listening. The reason why this is so imperative to your understanding and to the acknowledgement of who you are is because this is actually the fundamental thing that's going to leave your mark on this planet. This is the fundamental thing that's going to be the reason why you even exist and why you have any responsibility behind you and why you're able to leave a legacy. Your Easter egg, your treasure hunt to find that Easter egg. And so some of the people that would go out and get Easter eggs would get mocked at in my family, right? Like, because, you're too big, you don't want to do all that, like, and they would kind of, like, make you feel less than. They would kind of be a little pejorative to you. And I'm like, I just want to do it anyways. Like, this is like, I want to maybe get $5 or whatever, right? Because my family, we put money in the thing. And $5, I thought there was like a golden egg, like $100 or something like that. But the point being is, the people that will tell you, don't worry about doing all that. Don't worry about going out and get your egg. It's just a dumb egg. It's just collecting dumb eggs. Like, man, those people, in real life, we call them haters. In real life, we call them haters. Because those are the same people that are going to rob you of your visions. They're going to rob you of the coming attractions that God's placed inside of you. Those are the same people. The same people that like nonchalantly tell you, don't worry about going out and trying to find eggs. Who cares? It's a little kid thing. It's not. It's not a little kid thing. And it's not a little kid thing for you to still dream and still visualize things for your future, because that's what God is doing in your life. That's not because you're that smart. You're really not that capable of manifesting illustrations that are going to be manufactured in your real life. You're not that capable, but God is. And that's the problem with everybody that doesn't believe in God. Most of the time, the people that don't believe in God, they don't believe in higher properties for themselves or higher podiums or higher levels of influence also, because they're stuck in what the world gives them. There's a sticker that most Christians put on the back of their cars. It's this brand. It's called Not of This World. And that couldn't be more accurate. Because Christians, we're not of this world. We're of this world. We live here, but we don't think like the rest of the worldians think. That's not even a word, but I just made it up. Go with it. We don't think like them, because our forecast isn't predicated on shit we can do on our own. It's always, always, always aligned and predicated with what God is going to do in our life. And because we consistently visualize the gift, the treasure, we know that it's inevitable that that's going to happen if we provided. We keep living and this world keeps turning. Because obviously, if you're dead, then you're done. And obviously, if this world, there's a catastrophe and we all blow up, just saying, we're done. There is no more purpose anymore for you, except for whatever you're going to do in heaven. What I'm saying is this: you can't lose your treasure hunt. You can't lose trying to find that egg just because people are telling you it doesn't matter no more. Or that's a little kid thing. You can't lose that desire, because that's the only thing going to keep you up on two legs in the end. That's the only thing. You think it's your 401k. You think it's your pension. You think it's your retirement. I'm just listing the same thing. You think it's your medical plan. Like, you need to figure out what you're great at, what you do with the least amount of effort. And you need to stop comparing everything around you or everybody around you that's doing things that you think you want to do. You need to stop comparing yourself to them and do the thing that you're really, really great at. And you have nothing, you have no way, you have nothing of, you have the least amount of effort to apply to that. I can't gather my words. Fuck, I need more bang. But that is the problem with most of us. And you may think like, man, if I say what I want to people, or if I say, like, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to get into this, I want to have this dream for this, I visualize wanting this, and you tell that dream to people, honestly, sometimes even your parents will shit on you. And then these are people that you look up to. These are people that you give, that you extend value to, and then they're telling you, yeah, man, don't do that, don't waste your time. You need to understand, those people don't matter. When it comes to your purpose and your vision, they don't matter. What I'm saying is, they do matter, but their words, their opinions, they don't matter. And so if you're consistently telling people that this is what I'm going to do and they don't believe in you and you feel like you're a little too sensitive, you may not want to tell anybody what you're going to do. You may just want to work in silence. You may just want to continue your act and continue pressing until something gives. Because I promise you, something will give. It may not happen in a year. It may not happen in 5 years, but something is going to give. But nothing will give if you don't even enter the treasure hunt. Nothing. And some of you have your hand on the treasure. You can't even see what it is. You can't make out what it is, but you can feel it. And it feels so monumental. There seems like there's so much enterprise incorporated with whatever you're grabbing. And that's not by coincidence. That's on purpose. Trust me. That thing you're holding on to, you have to keep holding on to that. I don't care if you're running a 9 to 5 on top of it. You have to keep holding on to that. Nobody told you. Nobody told you. And if they did, they should be castrated. Nobody should tell you, lose your dream, lose your vision. Nobody. The people that tell you that, check how they're doing in life. They're probably not happy. They're probably not actually gaining any kind of inordinate value from the thing that they do because they live by the principles that they're telling you. Meanwhile, if God gave you a talent, which he did, but he buried it, and still though, he inculcated it within you. It's there. It's your job to extract it. It's your job to continuously fight and put an effort towards that every single day. And you may be thinking, I don't really know what I'm good at, man. I don't really, but you do know. That's the thing. You know what you do with the least amount of effort. I keep saying that, but you need to keep applying it. What do you do with the least amount of effort? It could be something revolving technology. It could be sharing something. It could be teaching something. It could be building something. What do you do with the least amount of effort? And you do it so well. What is that? That's the thing that you need to gravitate towards. Life is super easy, but media and people around you make it complex and actually fuck things up for you. They convolute the shit out of everything. Reality is, you got 1 or 2 things that you're super good at. And that there lies the mark that you're gonna leave in this planet. But if you never unravel what that is, good luck. You're going to be at best complacent in your life. And you may be traveling down the road where you're like, I got my treasure. I know what it is, man. Or at least I think I know what it is. But man, it seems like nothing's coming to fruition. You think it'd be easier. And it's the exact opposite. It's so much easier to live your day-to-day on autopilot. It's so much easier and just let the years drift away from you. It's so much easier to do that. You know why? Because there's very little to no meaningful responsibility incorporated with that. Meaning, you don't have to really think about what you're doing because you're on autopilot. You just do it and that's it. And nothing new is coming and nothing extraordinary is coming from it. But when you're actually doing something that's of meaningful, responsible purpose, there's things that come up that you need to tackle. There's things that come up that actually affect your spirit. They affect your spirit in a way that the autopilot doesn't. You know, you can kind of leave work at work, but with your purpose, you can't leave that. That's with you 24/7. That's the difference between work and purpose. But your purpose is going to one day manifest into your work, which is going to one day leave your mark on this planet. But you'll never get there if you keep giving up. What's the point of life if you can't be dwelling in what you're great at? What's the point? I'd argue that you could just decease right now and you would leave nothing of remnants behind. You know why? Because you're not making a mark what you're doing right now anyways. Because if it's not entitled to your purpose, if it's not tethered to your purpose, you're not leaving your mark. I promise you that. The only thing you're going to leave your mark in is with how you communicate with people and how you leave people. But you can also argue that if you're not in your purpose, if you're not dwelling within that, you're not your best version. And if you're not your best version, you're not going to communicate your best. You're not going to become your best to people in and around you. And you're not going to leave them your best. So then what do you got at the end of the day? If you don't go through with this, you're going to have regret at the end. Each road is actually tethered to destruction if you don't go with the path that leads with the most resistance. Each road is destructive. You may not see it now. And that's the harm in it. You just may not see the destruction yet. But you're never going to find out if you don't go out in that egg hunt with everybody else that actually has a dream and has an actual vision behind what kind of egg they're going to get. That's the reason why the kids go out and egg hunt. Because they think they can win the $100 or the $20 in the golden egg. They think they can, but they still have dreams like that. Where's your kid dream? You're losing it. You're losing it. The older you get, the more convoluted you get with people around you, you're losing it. The reason why the kids go out on egg hunts is because they think they still got a chance to get that golden egg. If they sat back and thought, nah, Mark's going to probably get it, or Jonah's going to probably get it, or, Dad's going to get it. If they thought that way, they'd never go out. I'm telling you, you got to rethink, recompartmentalize your faculties and actually go out and think that you can get the golden egg because it's out there and it's got your name on it. You got treasure inside of you, but you're never going to get there. You're never going to get there if you never actually try, or if you think because everybody's looking at you, they're going to think you're a fool for doing it. Who cares what they think? Who cares what they're doing? They don't care about you. I can tell you that. You gotta go out and find your treasure. You got to, because it's there. It's got your name on it. And some of you got your hand on it. You gotta keep your hand on it. Keep your hand. Don't lose your grip. You can't lose that grip, and you can't not go out and find your treasure because it's inculcated in every single one of us, and that's the only way you're going to leave your paramount mark on this planet. No other way. Forget about it. Your argument right now compared to that is irrelevant. It has no stance. The only fight you got is finding your treasure and not giving up until you find it. Done.